at Show Me St. Louis, we like to have our laughs and moments of positivity. Election season, well, it can bring some anxiety, stress, and certainly tension. So joining us live with some tips for your mental health during election time is Dr. Kezia Jackson with Healing Spaces. Welcome back.
Thank you for
Show
having
Me St. Louis.
Yes.
Oh, we love having you here. Your presence just makes me feel better.
Good. That's what I love to hear. Yeah.
I already am calmer. So when it comes to this time of year, what are some signs that maybe people can look out for that says, oh, I might be having something related to this election, this anxiety?
Yeah. I think this election for sure brings a lot of strong feelings for individuals. Right. So I like to think of the physical symptoms people are experiencing. So headaches, stomach aches, chest aches. A lot of people might be noticing they're having trouble sleeping or they're a little bit more irritable than they usually are, especially when it comes to election topics and conversations. So I think that's a lot to take into consideration regarding how one might be feeling and really coping with what's going on.
Yeah, so they might notice some of these physical feelings, and then what can they do then to maybe stay a little bit if they're feeling overwhelmed? I mean, what can we do to alleviate some of that?
Yeah, so I like what you said earlier about doing what you can do to control. So go out and vote, obviously. On top of that, just recognizing your emotions and doing what brings you joy. I think tapping into your emotions is great, because if you have some negative, sad feelings, whatever, acknowledge that, because otherwise it will bubble up and come out.
Right.
But rely on your community, rely on your coping skills, walking, talking, dancing to music, and I always tell people to avoid the doom scrolling. So especially tonight, tomorrow, take a break from social media, take a break from even the news. Figure out how you want to stay informed without hearing all of it, which may be overwhelming for a lot of people.
Well, it can be, because we say doom scrolling, but it is such a thing. And it knows the algorithm's kind of feeding you those things, and now you're getting a little angry at your phone. And remember, you don't have to feel angry. You're just in this digital space. It can be so hard to unplug. Now, if people are approaching discussions with others, they might share a different point of view. How can they go about those?
Certainly. So that is an interesting topic that I feel like we could spend many times talking about. However, one, I say, if you're not in a space to have those conversations, recognize your own capacity. Secondly, if you are in a space to have those conversations, have boundaries about what you do want to talk about or what you don't want to talk about. And if you're really ready to dive in and kind of, I don't want to say go back and forth, but have conversations, then make sure that you're doing so in an effective way, that you're trying to listen, that you're trying to communicate your point. But I'm also in a state where sometimes you're not in a space to talk, and that's okay too, and acknowledge that. Yeah,
that is okay. And I think that choosing kindness, right? Above all, this is a tough time for everyone across the board. It's also coming up to the holidays, which could be tricky for people too. So there's a lot, just choosing kindness, choosing love, and above all, we're gonna all try to just surrender, right?
As best we can,
as best we can. Dr. Jackson, thank you so much for being here today. We appreciate having you. As always, you can learn more about Healing Spaces by visiting all that information right there on your screen. And of course, you can learn more at ksdk.com/showme.